Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. In today's meal prep video, I will be showing you how I put together these beef, rice, and pinto bean bowls. They came out to 9 smart points on my WW Green. For this recipe, I am going to be making my own pinto beans. These are going to be made in the crock pot. My friend Cece was the one who told me how to make these. She didn't even give me a recipe. She just told me how she did it, and I've made them 3 times in the last 2 months. They are so good, and you will never want to buy pinto beans from the can ever again. So I am taking 2 pounds of plain pinto beans just right from the bag, and then I am going to be laying them out on my counter and taking out all the bad pinto beans. So any ones that are cracked in half or really dark, those are the not so good ones. Once I have all of my beans sorted, I'm going to be adding them into my strainer and then rinsing them for a few minutes underneath some water to get them all nice and clean. Now I'm going to be chopping up my onion. Here I have half of a yellow onion, and I'm just going to be taking the skin off of that and then cutting my half into quarters. For this recipe, you guys, I would recommend just doing half, so 1 pound of pinto beans. It's plenty enough for this meal prep, and then you'd still probably have some as leftovers, which you can use for burritos or whatever else you want. I made 2 pounds because I ended up making some refried beans for the UFC fight that we were watching, so just keep that in mind. I'm taking my little garlic cloves out of the bag. I got these pre-peeled from Sprouts. They come in these cute little baggies. It makes it really convenient. I'm going to be adding quite a bit to mine, at least like 9, just because I am making so many beans. If you're just going to be doing 1 pound, I recommend at least using 3 to 5 whole garlic cloves. All we have to do now for the beans is just add everything in the crock pot. These are going to cook for 8 hours on low. Sometimes it needs a little bit longer, but it just depends. You can tell by smushing your beans if it smushes really easily or not, whether to add more time. So in went all of those pinto beans, and then I'm adding in my onion as well as all of those garlic cloves. I'm going to be filling up that crock pot with water now. I am filling it to the brim. You might think this is too much, but trust me, it's not. Those beans will absorb all of that water. And then I'm going to be seasoning the water with some garlic powder and onion powder. I didn't measure that out, but I actually ended up adding some more at the end. And then I also waited until it was like the last half hour that they were cooking to add in my chicken bouillon. Because there is so much salt in there, you don't want it to dry the beans out, so wait until the last half hour or till the very end to add that or your salt. Here are the beans after 8 hours. As you can tell, they absorbed all of that water. The top ones were a little bit dry, so I added another bowl full of water. I mixed everything around and I cooked it on low for an extra 30 minutes, and they were perfect. So the beans are done. You can tell when they are done because they will just smush so easily right in between your fingers. And if they're still a little bit hard, that's when you know you need to just add a bit more time. You can cook these on high for 4 hours or low for 8, and then just add time if needed. So now that everything is good to go, I'm going to be seasoning my beans with some chicken bouillon. I am adding about 4 tablespoons, and then I'm also adding in some more garlic powder and onion powder. Season to taste, so as you're seasoning your beans, mixing it around, give it a taste, see if it needs a little more of anything as you go. Once your seasonings are to your liking, you can go ahead and unplug your crock pot and take the onion and garlic pieces out. These also make for really great refried beans, so in case you're making something like that, but I really do love them as whole pinto beans. For the meal prep, my bowls are also going to have some beef in there. This is Trader Joe's extra lean ground beef. It is the 96.4 one. So I'm going to just cook this up and add a little bit of McCormick less sodium taco seasoning to this. Of course, you can season it with whatever you like. I also added in a little bit of garlic and onion powder to this, and then you just cook your meat until it is no longer pink. I added in a bag and a half of this super blend by Marketside. It's just one of those pre-shredded veggie bags in the refrigerated section at Walmart. I sprayed my pan with a little bit of cooking spray, and then I'm also going to be adding in a teensy bit of water and chicken bouillon to season this. And this was only on the stove for about 4 minutes. I really wanted all of those veggies to keep their crunch. For my rice, I am cheating a little bit here and using Trader Joe's organic brown rice. I love this stuff. It's so convenient and I love the texture of the rice. It's only 3 points for a half a cup or 100 calories, which is great. And you just pop one bag in for 3 minutes and you have perfectly cooked rice. All that there is left to do is just to really assemble these bowls. I'm going to be adding in an equalish amount of those veggies. I'm doing a fourth of them into each meal prep container for 0 points. The taco meat mixture or the ground beef, you can have a fourth of that or 4 ounces for 2 smart points. The pinto beans are 3 smart points for a half a cup. And then a half a cup of that brown rice is 3 points as well. I am going to be finishing the bowls off with a few scallions. I'm obsessed with them. You don't have to add those, of course, if you don't like onions, but they make them look just a little pretty and add a great texture to these. Here we have the completed and assembled meal prep. These are 8 smart points on my WW green. Again, highly recommend trying it with avocado. It's so delicious. If you guys happen to make these, tag me on Instagram at Nikki Healthy Eats. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I hope you subscribe to my channel and I will see you all next time.